Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, and this week we're playing with the macro lens. Okay, yeah, so this week we've got the macro lens back out. It's been a while since I've done a macro video for one reason and another, but I thought this week it'd be like to make a nice change. So I haven't done fruit before, so thought I'd take a close look at an apple, see if we can get some nice close-up shots of the little stalk that sticks out the top. Situated next to this rather bright window in the kitchen, and the blinds sort of act as a bit of a diffuser, so I can twist them and adjust the light to suit myself. I'm also using a 36mm extension tube on the macro lens just to get me just a little bit closer. Obviously that changes your depth of field a little bit, so I'm working at about f11, which is giving me about a 2-second exposure. But like I said, I'm in front of this bright window, I'm on a tripod, so exposure doesn't really matter. ISO 100 because I'm on a tripod and not moving, and getting some quite nice shots. So I've got the apple set on our black worktop in the kitchen, which is giving it quite a nice background, quite a nice clean background. At f11, 2-second exposure. I'm putting it on the 10-second timer just to give the camera a chance to really settle down. Got the blinds half closed, and the little stalk that's still attached to the top of the apple I've twisted so it's in line and level sort of with the end of the lens, otherwise you're going to get a part of it which is out of focus because it's such a narrow depth of field. I focused in right on the tip of the little stalk, and I've got the light coming through from the window. I've got the little stalk in the bottom right hand, no I haven't, I've got it in the bottom left hand third, not the right hand third, and the composition looks quite nice. So I'm going to take a couple of shots and let me know what you think. Okay, so the rain's still pouring down outside, which is why I'm in here in the first place. I've just moved the apple a bit closer to the lens, and I've adjusted the lens so it's on a 1:1 magnification, so it's as close as it can possibly be to the camera. So I filled the complete frame with the apple with just a little stalk in the bottom left hand corner. I've got that nice and sharp. But I've got f11 for 5 seconds now. The lights, it's got overcast, it's pouring down with rain. So I've opened the blinds a little bit just to give me a little bit more light. That's what I was on about by adjusting the blinds. And it's a very handy tool actually. If you buy a window with a blind, you can adjust the blinds to suit yourself. So that's a few shots of an apple. We've got some sweets in the dish. Very bad for you, but take some shots of them as well. Okay, so I've got the sweets in a little bowl in the camera, and I've just changed composition a little bit just to take away the reflection from the window. And when you zoom in on these sweets, it reminds me of the episode I did about the papers, where it's made up of a series of dots when you look really closely. So I'll put a link to that up here for you to go and check that out. I zoomed in really close to one of the sweets. Other sweets are available, not just these. And it just sort of opens your eyes to sort of, it's just made up of dots really. So I've got a nice colourful bowl of sweets. I'm using the macro lens. I haven't changed anything really. I've still got the 36mm extension tube on, and at that I'm at f11. That's giving me 1/6 of a second, 1.5 seconds at f11 ISO 100, and it's just a nice colourful image with just a couple of the sweets just in focus. So well, a couple of them are slightly in focus, and one of the sweets is just pin sharp in focus. 10-second timer, so the camera will settle, fill the frame with all the sweets, and you can't see any part of the bowl at all. In actual fact, I'm going to lower that to f4.5. That'll give me a faster shutter speed. But it'll also give me a shallower depth of field. A lot of the sweets there were quite in focus. So now we'll try that again. 10-second timer again. Got 4.5 for a 1/6 of a second, ISO 100, and hopefully should be a bit better, a bit more what I'm after. Yeah, that's fine. So I'll put that up now. Just a short video this week. Getting the macro lens out has been a lot of fun. I was going to go out in the garden and shoot some of the roses that have come out, but the weather put paid to that, so I couldn't do that. So if you liked it, give it a thumbs up, give it a share, and if you haven't yet subscribed, please consider doing so, and hopefully I'll see you next week. Bye for now. If you haven't yet subscribed, please consider doing so. If you give it a blah, 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 blah.